What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the Same Difference podcast.
Is this thing on?
Hello, friend.
Hey, girl.
It's been a while.
It
What's
has.
going on?
Oh, just enjoying this nice, quiet Monday.
And it's a quiet Monday.
Yes, it was. I've had a busy last couple of weeks at work, and the stuff that I was unable to finish on Friday, I made sure to get up and get a head start on today. So it's been a productive Monday. Got a little workout in. Stopped at the little grocery store to get some groceries for my meal prep and things that I'm doing. And yeah, it's just been a nice, quiet Monday, real chill. Good. I'm setting the tone for a good week.
You said,
excuse me.
Bless you.
Woo,
Bless you.
I'm setting the tone for a good week this week.
Okay.
I wanted to make sure my Monday started strong to like carry me through. What about you?
Well, my Monday has been uneventful, busy, but just the regular rigmarole of the week. I got a lot of packages to pick up from my delivery parcel people. So I'm sure it's stuff in there for me to do more work. Let's see. Oh, it's been a while since we've been here. So some of y'all may have seen me on the Instagram with the video that the men's is having a hard time wrapping their minds around. I think it's at 1.1 million views on Instagram right now.
Oh my
which
God.
Wasn't my intention, y'all. Okay. The video was created for TikTok. Okay, because it was an ad for the dress for the company.
And is the dress selling? Okay.
The dress is selling, and I got one more video I'm gonna post it. Sell it a little bit more.
Good. Okay? Yay.
The best marketer wins. So if this was the marketing that they wanted, I can center everything around this subject matter. Okay, we can make this the focal point of the content if that's what we need to do. Okay. But yeah, the video went viral. The men's is upset as usual, as always. But it did help my following grow on Instagram, which was a goal of mine for 2024. Increase my followers by 2.5 times. So I'm sitting right around 18K right now.
Okay.
So I'm gonna use that, leverage that for bigger bags, better brands. You know. But yeah, that's it. I've kind of abandoned. I don't want to say abandoned. I've kind of, ever since that video was what, 2-3 weeks ago now?
Mm-hmm.
What's this? 2 weeks ago? Whenever it was, child. I don't know. I haven't really been posting any content. I just use that as a way to just give myself a break. Cause I don't really I have so much I want to do, but I don't really want to shoot certain things until I'm in my new place and my new space, which praise God. We're moving next Wednesday.
All right now.
I'm excited. So that's all that's been going on with me. Social media, that's it. Y'all know me. Oh, I am also hosting an event, a networking mixer in Orlando tomorrow. Shit. By the time you hear this, the event will have passed. But you can still go join the community if you want to be an influencer, if you are an influencer. Just get better tips on how to put yourself out there, how to get more visibility, brand deals, so on and so forth. If you're in the Orlando area, it's at the Grape and the Grain. It is on Tuesday, April 16th from 5 to 7. You can follow the Instagram page. It is RealMakes07. If you want to join the community, you do not have to be in Orlando. There are multiple cities, multiple chapters in several different cities across the country. So that's that.
Very nice. You are a busy lady these days. Come on, influencer.
I try to keep busy. The kid got to do what the kid got to do.
I like.
So y'all, Passion and I decided that we were going to start posting our podcast as series. So each series will focus on a specific topic. And then that topic will have certain subject matter within itself. Mm-hmm. Now, we know that the conversation could go deeper, could take many twists and turns, but we're going to save that for a different episode in the series where it makes more sense. Some of the topics or some of the series and topics within the series have been talked about by us before. We could put a different spin on it. This is our life. And so these are the things going on in our life. So just like we get on here every time we record the podcast and we talk about what we've been doing, and at the end of the podcast we talk about our plans for the week coming up, we do that every time. Why? Because it's a part of our lives. So we're going to talk about certain things continuously because it's a part of our lives. So just wanted to let you guys know about the series. We're going to start it today. Let me pull it up. We are going to be talking about retrograde. What is retrograde? I had to actually look it up. Hold on, let me go to my little thing I got up here. So we're talking about retrograde and your exes, your old work, your old flings, past boos, lovers, and all things in between popping up during retrograde. And how do you handle that? Like,
what's funny is one of our first podcast conversations was about dating, and I think the subject at hand was spinning the block, because we were both experiencing spinning the block. And the running joke with retrograde is that your old loves, past loves, people from the past are going to pop up and try to like disrupt. They always, retrograde is always presented as like a challenging time. And I think that people believe it because these things happened. And we are currently in a retrograde right now, and a spin the block instance has happened to me 4 different times since retrograde. So I believe it. I believe everything that comes with retrograde. I do.
So I have a friend, and he every time retrograde, friend, it's retrograde. I'm like, all right, Key.
Don't ruin my day by telling me, okay? Because
the definition of retrograde per the dictionary is directed or moving backwards. Go back in position or time. It's not just about love either, or past boos. It could be just anything, in your life. It could be
that's popping back up again.
Right. Anything. Ours I can't talk. Ours seems to tend to lean more to the love side.
Yeah.
With the old boos and the past flings and all of that good stuff. When does retrograde end? Do you know?
I don't know. I am living life like we're not in retrograde, so I couldn't tell you when it starts, stops, escalates, slow. I don't know. I'm just
okay. It says Mercury will be in retrograde 3 times in 2024. April 1st to April 24th. Well, we're gonna praise God for that.
Okay, cool. 9 days, boom.
Okay, yeah, because go on, get out my way, retrograde, because I got a new place and a new space and a new build in a place that ain't nobody even took any Z's in. Okay, ain't nobody showered in there, slept in there, sneezed too hard, coughed, none of that. That's what I like. So, okay, friend, you tell me. You seem to know a little bit more. Or a little bit more familiar with what people say about retrograde. How do you handle retrograde as, because when we talk about like past loves and old boos popping up, there's a reason that they're a past boo, old lover. So as somebody who knows that you want to have a forward continuous motion of positivity and everything that you want in your life, love, marriage, kids, all the things we've said that we want. How do you navigate retrograde when the old boos pop up as a woman in her 30s who wants those things for her life in the future?
So the best way that I can say that, like how I'm handling it, is basically telling everybody that tried to circle back to fuck off. And I say, I'm like, beat it, literally, because I'm not the girl that you stop dating that tries to like come back around. I'm not looking at your new chick page. I'm not being funny. I'm not trying to hit you up on a late night to be, you know, sneaky. I ain't calling at 1 a.m. to kind of I don't move like that. When I come to terms with the fact that whatever romantic idea I thought this was going to be, when I find out it's not going to be anything, I move on. I'm not one to like linger and like, you know, drag something out, especially if we never got to, you know, a situation where we were really locked in and we were dating for a long time. The first person that decided to pop back up on my phone is someone that I've been trying to actively ghost for a while now. I, over the course of the last couple of years, wanted to get away from always bad mouthing dudes and like talking down on like why things didn't work out or they did this and they did that, because a nigga is always going to do something.
Niggas gonna need. That's what they do.
Like, you know, I know that I dated this guy for a time and he was cool, but he just wasn't going to be my person. There were some personality differences there. That wasn't a reason for me to talk down on him or shit on him. So when he tried to come back around, it's like, hey, you know, we did have some lovely times together. No, I'm not a bad person. You're not a bad person. And I know you miss me. You miss me. But it's one-sided though. I don't miss you. I don't miss.
You don't miss him at all, friend.
No, I don't miss what we had. I don't miss what that situation was. I don't miss that. So,
okay,
you know, it was very easy for me to be like, oh, hey, you know, I'm glad you're doing well. I hope everything is, you know, is well. And, you know, let me just kind of remind you that the reason why things didn't work out between you and I is because we had some personality differences. And at your age and at my age, when we're looking to make a real partnership and a real commitment and maybe get married, us not being compatible is a concern.
Deal breaker, yeah.
I'm not going to sit here and text you and say, get the F off my phone, you F this. I'm not going to do all of that. I am an adult. We're not going to do the whole hee hee ha ha, what's up, big head. I don't want you. I don't want you back. So that's not going to work with me. It's not going to work. The second gentleman.
She said, hey, big head. I forgot about that one.
Yes, because it's still in rotation. You're 40 years old. Why are you hey big heading me at 40?
Oh,
like, I don't get it. The other young man who got put back on Instagram where I found him, he's blocked. So the only way that we can communicate is on Instagram, where we started communicating on Instagram. He sends a message, unblock me. And he says, for what? I say, for what? And he's like, so we can talk again. And I was like, is the DMs not enough? Because you just proved to me that you don't want shit but some access. You want access. Because if you were really, like, if you wanted to talk to me and really, like, check in and see how I'm doing, you would be okay that you can even hit me in the DMs. You want to feel like you have a one-up on the next person that can only get to me through the DMs. You want to feel, oh, yeah, we talked, she unblocked me, and we still, you know, you want to pull me up on the FaceTime.
And for what?
And for what, when you still live and are, you know, in a full relationship with your girlfriend.
Wow. Wowzers. Okay.
Unblock me so we can talk about what? That we can't talk about in the DMs. You want to be able to FaceTime. And the funny thing is you can FaceTime somebody on Instagram if you want to. If you want to do it, you can, but you're not doing that either. You just want to be able to say that you're not blocked anymore and you can hit me up and text me and it's going to go through. No.
See, what I don't like about that is that he'll be able to, if you were to, which I know you didn't, but you didn't, right? Okay, but so he
have no interest in dating a man that is in a relationship and living and cohabitating with that woman. No, why? What's making me feel out? Ooh, he all trying to hit me up and text me and talk to me. Ooh, ain't nobody turned on and feeling good because you trying to hit me on some sneak shit, nigga. Ooh.
You
what?
Are funny.
Well, because I want men to I want them to think a little harder. Think harder. What is exciting about you begging to unblock you? You know why you block?
Well, what it is, this is my issue with it. You want me to unblock you. So you can call and text my phone when you feel like it. But if I call and text you when you laying in the bed with Shorty Doo-Wop, I won't get a response back. No. Stay over there. Stay over there. If you feel like texting somebody, text her. She next to you.
She made me mad today. Did she make you mad today? So you want to text somebody else so you can feel like, oh, well, she over there being mad. I got options. I'm not your option, baby. I'm not an option. I'm not an option. You're not gonna hit me up for 36 hours on some hee hee ha ha because y'all beefing. Get your ass on. Get your ass on. Go buy a flower and a card and maybe write out your thoughts to your lady and try to heal and work on your relationship that you voluntarily chose to be in. You didn't nobody put a gun to your head to sign a lease to live with that girl. Get the fuck off my phone.
Well, friend, don't nobody want to spin the block on me.
I mean, that's a good thing. Leave me alone.
Yeah, I mean, part of the thing is I don't be talking to nobody. So can't nobody spin the block and try to come back if I ain't been talking to nobody.
You know the young man I was trying to actively ghost? The last time we spoke and had any sort of conversation was March 7th. On March 31st, on Easter Sunday, that same person just magically, popped up like he was Jesus himself. He just arose.
He rose on the third day.
24 whole days went by of zero communication. So I'm thinking, okay, the ghosting, it's sticking. It's sticking. Everyone has understood that this is nothing and we're moving on peacefully. We don't need to have a conversation. There hasn't been a falling out of anything. Hell, nothing has started. We haven't even fallen into anything to fall out of anything. So, I'm thinking, okay, cool. Love old boy. He's cool, whatever. Friend, bro, I'll see you out in the streets. What's up? Hit you with a little salute and shit because you're bro. All right? Won't go text me talking about, hey, happy Sunday, just checking on you. Check off of me. Check off. God. But anyway, so yeah, I feel very strongly about retrograde simply because.
Okay, but wait a minute, friend. Hold on. It was something you said. You said you thought the ghosting was working. Why are we ghosting? Because I'll tell a nigga flat out, don't call me no more. Don't text me. Don't look at me.
So this is someone that I met, back last September. So it's been 6-7 months. The first couple months, it was cool. We were spending time together, getting to know each other. He and I had a lot in common. By all appearances, his appearance, my appearance, in person and on paper, it was a good match. And I'm like, ooh, I'm really looking forward to getting to know him. I feel like I finally met a catch in someone that is my speed. Like kitty cat is purring, all right? I love it. But then the more I got to know him and talk with him, I started to figure out the first red flag for me was I don't think he's into Black women. And I'm not just going to be somebody you're messing around with until you find what you're really looking for. Leave me alone, And so that's kind of when I started not taking him as seriously. Then there was I was, sticking my neck out, trying to be an adult and be different in 2023, 24, and ask him to go out on a couple of dates. Getting tickets to little shit, not like, oh, I'm taking you to the so-and-so and I'm about to spend a bag on this dude. We are not doing that, please.
Okay.
But if I get you tickets to some little cute situation that ain't cost me an arm and a leg and I want to go with a dude, I'm gonna ask you. So there's a couple of dates that I've asked him to go on, and every time it's, oh, I might be out of town, I might be doing this, I might be doing that, and it's just you're either free or you're not. So he ended up, it just became a situation. There was no movement. Nothing was escalating between he and I. Nothing romantic was happening after a while. I can't even get you out to spend time with. Nothing was happening.
But he was dating in the beginning.
Yeah, he was dating a little bit. I think he's playing the field still. Playing the field still. And instead of saying, hey, I am actually playing the field, he's just playing the field. He's not really being forthcoming about what he truly has going on. And I say that because a handsome man like him that be G'd up from the feet up like he do, that be pushing his little Benz around town. I know you've got a Rolodex. I know you do. The thing is, I also have a Rolodex. But I'm not going to be just texting and having meaningless conversations with somebody I'm not going to kick it with, that I don't see a future with, that I don't want to be with. Eventually, that is going to stop, and you're not going to hear anything. We could be friends, But I don't want to be friends with you if you always puppy dogging. Like, how come you don't like me? I don't want to be friends with you when I put you in a friend zone. Just be the homie. Just be the homie. Don't be the homie that's puppy dogging your way into my heart. I've already decided it's a no. I decided it within the first 5 minutes of meeting you. Okay? So with this young man, I wasn't going to sit there and like allow him to just treat me like, you know, like a bust down. I'm not at 37.
And I think that's the thing. At 37, we maybe that needs to be the title of the episode, at 37, because that was a lot of the commentary that I heard in the video that went viral on my page on Instagram the last couple of weeks is, oh, 37, or 30 something, because it said 30 something, but I'm 37. And at 37, there's just things that I'm not going to do. I'm not going to settle for certain shit. And I'm so sorry that the men think that at 37, that's what you have to do because you are unwed and you don't have children. But if not now, more than ever, if not before, more than ever, this is the point in my life where I'm just like, I don't have to do that. And I'm not going to. I don't care to do it. Like, I've been by myself for so long that I know what it's about. No, I don't want to continue to be by myself, but I know what I got to do to be by myself, and I'm okay with doing it. If it means that I don't have to deal with that spinning the block shit, that, oh, maybe I will, maybe I won't. No, I still want. I want to be.
I'll hang out with you if I ain't got nothing else going on. What do you'll hang out with me if you have nothing going on?
Give it to her. Like, I'm gonna pass. I don't want to do that. I don't want to deal with that. I am gonna. At 37, I am going to set some healthy boundaries. I am going to say no to some things. I think another reason that I don't really have nobody really spinning the block is because like I can be so like rigid when it comes to certain, like if I say I don't like this, and if you do this thing that I don't like, then I'm not interested. Once you do the thing that I don't like, I'm already gone.
10 toes down. I'm standing on business.
So the spinning the block thing is kind of like, I'm one of the people that the guys are probably like, oh, but it's gonna always be a nigga that try, but not a lot, because no thanks. You already know how I am, and just me and my mouth, they know I'm gonna light them up. Like when you say I'm not gonna be on your phone, like, oh nigga, unfortunately the master is still working on me, and I haven't entered that phase of 37 just yet. So yeah,
I'm just someone that will say what is on my heart. In the past, I'm going in. My mom told me a long time ago, you catch more bees with honey. And I took that shit and I ran with it. And then I started to just, instead of just going off and saying what I want to say, or even giving myself 2 or 3 days to articulate my thoughts, I just go mute. Just let me go mute and let me have this cyclone, tornado, hurricane, whatever. Just let me have that in my mind on my own. Just let me have that. Like, remember that meme, that little Chucky meme that was going around last year or the year before, saying you needed 3 business days to get over something? I am someone that needs 3 business. I just need to get my thoughts together. And so the young man that popped up on Easter Sunday, I obliged him and I texted him for a week, just to kind of see, what the temperature was. And he came back at me with some BS that I didn't like. And so I had to assert myself and kind of just let him know what it is. Like, yeah, I've been hee-hee-ha-haing with you and I've been nice. I ain't blocked you. I ain't cussed you out. Everybody that I, have talked to about this particular situation, they be like, why he ain't blocked? Why he ain't blocked? Why he ain't blocked? Because I feel like blocking is a violent but non-violent response to some shit you don't like. I'm blocking you. You can never, ever contact me again. You don't even think about it. He didn't do nothing to me. We didn't have a falling out. There was no situation that was involving me and some other chick where I had to be like, it wasn't like that.
Barbara didn't call Shirley.
Right. And won't. So I think it's okay to bow out gracefully. And, I'm not calling him and being like, why don't you like me for real? I don't give a fuck why you don't like me for real, because there's going to be so many people I meet, male, female, platonic, not platonic. And I'm not saying male, female as in romantically, but I mean in relationships in general, people you are going to meet are not always going to like you. I understand and know that. Even in a romantic setting, it's not always going to work out. I don't feel less about myself or feel bad about myself that this particular person isn't interested in me, because this same person will give you a laundry list of reasons why I'm amazing, why I'm a girlfriend, why I deserve to be like somebody's wife and mother of their
And
children.
then my question would be, why you ain't on it? Why you ain't trying to make
Because
it
he
yours?
doesn't like black women for real.
Okay. All right.
And so,
Okay.
and I know that, and I can see that. I've identified that. You don't want to accept that because you have to be honest with yourself. And you know how people feel about dudes that don't really like black chicks. You know that there's a stigma. You know that there's a way that people feel about it. So you don't want to be in that conversation, but you are. Everything about you says you like non-brown girls. I was just thinking maybe you was interested in me, because for reasons, we have a lot in common. But like you, when a man is talking and he just getting his chit chat on, you listen. And I picked up on some things. I'm like, oh, okay, he don't fuck with the blacks for real.
So at what point, like, have you ever had somebody spin the block though, and it was worth like trying to see what? Because like, things happen. Like, I'm a firm believer in, I'm not going to say second chances, but I would say I'm a firm believer in this just because it's been my relationship with God, if nobody else, where I be getting to say the same lesson 2-3 times before it stick. And so if somebody could be in my company and in my presence and not move the way that they should, and then they come back and they have a better fitting for who they gotta be, I'm willing to explore it.
Mm-hmm.
Or would you ever, or have you ever done that?
No, because usually, so in the last couple of dating situations I've had, they didn't come to me like on a spin the block. They didn't come to me correct. Come correct or don't come at all. Like, oh, you want to spin the block because you want to see if I'm still dumb. You want to see if I'm still a dummy.
Friend, you on one today.
Well, I mean, it's the truth, because you're not spinning the block because you're like, oh my God, I really like Pasha. And I don't know what I was on when we first started talking, but I ain't on that shit no more. And I want to see if they're, are you dating anybody? You talking to anybody? I really would like another opportunity to like show you what kind of man I can be and actually really put my best foot forward with you. Nobody is spinning the block on that. They just spinning the block to see if they can send me a little flirty text and if I'm on go for that shit. No. No, I'm not.
See, this is another reason why I'm a firm believer in like dating with intention from the get-go. First date, let's talk about the things, because I think that also eliminates some of that spinning the block, because if you know that you and I don't want the same things, aren't aligned the same way, mentally, psychologically, emotionally, spiritually, you already know some of that shit I ain't going for. You already know if I'm even worth spinning the block on. You somebody who got 5 kids and I don't have any, you don't want it anymore, and I do. Ain't no need for you to spin the block over here.
Right.
You never gonna
bring that to me.
Never
bring that to me.
Yeah, so I don't know. It was a lot of single men in the comments hollering about me being single, but I mean,
and you guys are single too. So where do we go from here?
Right.
And you know why you guys are single? You guys are single because you're hooting and hollering about a video I posted about a nigga who didn't approach me correctly, because you are that nigga. So I know you don't have any bitches. Next.
Yeah, not only are you single, but it's a whole lot of single women, single mothers out here. So that also tells me that when you had the opportunity to make a family, not just leave one, but like have a whole family under one roof, you didn't. Or if you thought that wasn't something that should be pursued by you as a family to have, you still laid your seed and left it there. So these are people who actually opinion matters. But I think that I never expected the video to do what it did, but it was just very interesting to read through some of those comments. So if you're listening and you haven't seen the video, it is on my Instagram. Just because we're talking about it for the sake of the conversation. Long story short, I went to a lounge while I was in Atlanta. I was in Atlanta at the end of March. I went to a lounge. As soon as I walked in, this guy walked over to me, ended up sitting with me for an hour and 15 minutes and talking my head off. He talked and he talked and he talked and he talked, and he was trying to convince me to give him my phone number.
And did he never bought in that hour and 15? Okay, in that hour and 15, did he
never bought me a drink? But I was drinking. But I was drinking. I was ordering my own drinks.
So in the midst of that conversation, the bartender had brought you drinks, and he didn't say, "I'll cover one," or "This is on me," or anything.
He even ordered himself a beverage. He ordered himself a beer. and asked me he asked me what I was drinking.
Not because he wanted to get you one.
Just wanted to know, I guess. And this is the thing.
What a loser.
I'm giving the podcast more context to the story that wasn't included in the reel, because the reel was only like 30 seconds long. Mm-hmm. I didn't give all of the context because, again, the reel was never about the story. It was about the dress. But the long story short is, when the guy saw me walk into that lounge, he immediately got up out of his seat where he was sitting with his friends.
And he came on a swivel.
He came over where the bar was, and just so happened there were two seats right beside each other at the bar. So I sat in one and I put my purse in the other because I was waiting for my friend to meet me. So he asked me when he saw my purse there, he's like, "Oh, somebody sitting here?" I was like, "Yeah." So he's like, "Oh, okay." So he's standing there for a little while longer. So another 30 seconds ago, he's like, "Well, is who's," because I had said my friend, and he was like, "Oh, well, where your friend at?" So I was like, "Oh, she coming, she not here yet." So he was like, "Oh, okay, well, can I sit here till she come?" And I'm like, "Okay." I didn't want to move my purse. I purposely said my friend is sitting there and didn't move it the first time he asked, because I didn't want to be bothered. I didn't want to be talked to. I literally wanted to get my hookah, have my drink, and just enjoy the music and the vibe. I wasn't there to do any mixing and mingling with anybody that I didn't know. So as the night progresses and I'm smoking and I'm drinking and he's telling me all of these, "Oh yeah, this is what I do." And, it's certain things about a man for me that is an instant turn off. And I really didn't like the fact that he's been living in Atlanta. I think he told me 4 years, and he has a daughter, and his daughter is 4. And I asked him, how long has it been since you went home? And he told me, "I ain't been since I left." And you have a 4-year-old daughter. Shit like that is an instance. You could have told me you had a dick made with gold, and it wouldn't have enticed me, because that is just a no for me.
He moved out of Atlanta 4 years ago and has a 4-year-old.
Moved to Atlanta. He moved to Atlanta 4 years ago.
Oh, but has a child in Orlando that's 4 years old.
No. He's not even from the country. The man is Nigerian. He left Nigeria and he came to the United States 4 years ago.
And the 4-year-old is where?
In Nigeria.
And he hasn't been back home since he left?
No, he is not.
And you were supposed to be excited to meet and chat with him.
This is what I mean about intentional dating and being able to set boundaries early on, whether it's retrograde or not. I don't want to talk to a man who has a 4-year-old child that he hasn't seen in 4 years. I don't want to hear shit about a FaceTime. You have not physically laid eyes on the child, on your seed. You haven't laid eyes on your child in 4 years. Why do you think just interested at all in somebody that could do something like that? That's a turn off.
Did you respond to that in any kind of way, or were you just letting them talk? Because I love just letting a man talk. I'm picking up all kinds of shit.
A nigga will talk himself out the pussy if you let him. Just let him talk. Just let him talk. Let him talk.
I've done that a lot. I'm like, the night's over.
I see that man talk about it, and a bunch of nothing, because once I ordered the second drink and you didn't say,
let me pick that up for you.
You didn't have to pick up the whole tab. You didn't have to pick up the whole tab, but what you could have said is, her next drink, you can put it on my tab. See, now you've ordered me a drink, but you haven't volunteered to cover the whole tab. It's a way to do everything. Again, when I say you talk yourself out of it, I like a man that's smooth. That's some smooth shit.
Yes.
You didn't even know how to do that. And here's the kicker. Okay. Another piece of the story that I give y'all on the podcast that the real didn't get because it was only 30 seconds. This is the kicker, y'all. The man was there with his friends. His friends ordered a bottle of Don Julio Reposado at the bar. So they got a whole bottle. His friend at some point during this hour 15-minute exchange between him and I, because now you've been over, your friend's been over there and you haven't been over there at least in 30, 45 minutes, and his friend comes over. They're speaking in whatever language, Yoruba or something. So I don't know what was being said. But I know he asked the boy, did he want some of the Don Julio, because he lifted up the beer and he said, "Nah, I got this." And the friend looked at me, and I looked at the friend, and I looked back forward and was smoking my hookah, and he went back to his seat. You didn't even offer me any of the liquor that y'all had already bought. You could have said, "You trying to do a shot together?" Niggas ain't smooth. And I like a smooth man. You're not smooth. You don't got it. It's not you.
Stop.
Stop. No, thank you.
You don't got it.
You don't. You don't got it. Now you also don't got my number.
You're so sweet for sitting there for an hour and 15 minutes. Because after a while, I would have been like, so I'm like, buy a drink or what? Because I mean, like, you cock blocking. You're cock blocking.
I was meeting my friend's sister / sister CK. I was texting. I was like, bitch, where are you at? I mean, teeth clenched, meant like, girl.
Yes, like, save me a little bit.
Please.
Save me.
Please.
Wow.
Okay.
So how did the
interaction? That was another thing. When we talk about, so again, I've set the boundary. I've set a boundary with him also, because then he wanted to, like, you know, I'm drinking, he drinking his little funky beer, and he want to rub all on me. I said, you don't
no.
Me. We're strangers. So now I've set a boundary with him, but I've also set a boundary with myself first, even not just with him, but just overall when it comes to the type of man and husband that I want. Like I said, once I knew that about the 4-year-old, you instantly pluck yourself up out of any line that you could have ever stood in to have my attention. That's a boundary that I just have. But also, I lost my train of thought. It was something that was said in the comments that I wanted to address as a boundary too, when it came to, well, you at fault too, because I would have never sat there for an hour and 50. Have y'all met men? Have y'all met
some chicks was in there saying you shouldn't have sat there for that long and talked to him? He came up to you.
You shouldn't have sat there for that long. You should have told him to leave. Have y'all met men? Have you met men with alcohol?
Right.
Are we talking about the same species of people? It was not in my mind at all, in an alcohol-induced setting, to tell somebody to get away from me in a public setting. Okay, I got to tell you to get up out the seat and leave. Who am I to do that?
Mm-hmm.
How can I tell somebody to move away from a seat at the bar when they're paying the bartender just like I am?
Yeah.
And also, I wasn't even going to put myself in a situation where things may have got a little testy.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to do that. It just wasn't necessary. At the end of the day, you just want to go get my phone number. And
I was going to say he wasn't hurting anybody. He just showed what a goofy nigga does. That's all he did. He just showed that he was a goofy.
Very, very goofy.
He didn't show that he was dangerous. Yeah. He showed that he was a goofy with no money and no game.
Because that's really what it's giving. Oh, you went to the bar you went for somebody to cover your tab. I actually went to be left the fuck alone. If we being honest, y'all know me on this podcast. I say it all the time. Please leave me alone.
I was meeting my friend at the bar, and I got there first, and I was waiting for her. I didn't go to the bar thinking somebody was going to see me and be like, let me go sit by that girl and pick up her check. It's not why you went to the bar.
I actually ended up ordering 3 drinks, if we being honest. I had 3 drinks and a hookah, and I fully intended to pay for that because I didn't go there with him, for him, or waiting for him, or any man. Exactly. I just wanted to be left alone. But if you're going to talk my ear to the bottom of the bar for an hour and 15 minutes, social etiquette says you should at least offer me a beverage.
Social etiquette.
Those are the type of men I date.
This isn't even about I've been at a bar and a man come around and want to get his chit chat on and get some drinks, and it just be that. Just literally not even, I think you pretty, let me get your number. Just you chatting it up. Hey, let me get you a drink.
Just conversation. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Because of etiquette.
And this is why, again, I don't let those comments deter me from the boundaries that I set. When it comes to the dating space or any space, but those are the type of men that I date. I date men that come correct. And if you don't want to do it, if you aren't going to do it, if you're one of the guys that I wouldn't have, then that's fine. You're not a man that I would date. That's all that means. So retrograde.
Save your $20. Save your $20, motherfucker.
Y'all really be pressed for a 22, because it's really giving y'all are mad because y'all don't have it. The women are the ones who have. We're the one going out and spending the money, and y'all hard pressed on $1. Well, if he would have bought a drink, what he would have got out of it?
Like, damn, you wanted to see a coochie lip for $15? That's crazy. That's crazy.
But my thing is, what is it that y'all think y'all do when y'all take a woman on a date? You're essentially paying for the conversation and the food and the drinks.
For time.
If you were smart, sweetie, you could have made this, because what I said was maybe this was the date.
3 or 4, you know. There's a few
I'm
things.
sorry, friend. I didn't hear what you were saying. What you say?
You said, why do women take women out on a date? And I said to pay for her time and her company and her conversation, to smell her
Right.
perfume, to hug her, to feel the small of her back, to kiss her, to kiss a lip or two or three or four. That's why.
If you do it right.
If you do it right.
Mm-hmm.
If you do it
But
right.
the problem is y'all niggas not doing it right, or you're doing it right with the type of women that you can date. You can't date me.
You want
That's
to
all
take
I heard.
somebody out for a 2 for $20 and then get mad when she don't want to bust it open on your iPhone 15.
Friend, you are on one today.
I'm just saying, the expectations. You guys talk about our expectations. Let's talk about you guys' expectations, because y'all got them. Mm-hmm. They're unreal.
I just don't. I just date a certain type of man, and that is a boundary of mine that is set. That's not going to be deterred, or the bar won't be lowered. If anything, I'm gonna keep raising it. And I don't know what men think. Like, when you take a woman on a date, you're paying for the food, you're paying for the drinks, or whatever else it is that you do. There's no guarantee after
creating
that.
a memory.
There's no guarantee that you're even gonna like her after the first date. You may hear
something. Turn it up.
You realize,
is this on?
For me.
Turn it
up. I can't wait to get away from this hoe. That might end up being what happens, or she may feel that way about you. There's no guarantee. That is what dating is.
And if you don't have $40 for that, eat it.
Exactly, because you're gonna eat either way. So if you buy yourself a meal and you buy yourself a drink, then that's what it is. But you're buying the woman her food and her drink as well. So if you don't have that money to potentially waste because you or her did not like each other, then don't date. You can't date me either way, but just don't date anybody. That's all that means.
Yeah. I agree 100%. You really drove the point home for me when you mentioned social etiquette, because this isn't even about like, oh, you wanted some stranger to pay for your drink. You went to the bar and ordered up everything. So no, I didn't actually. And like, I mean, people like, I wouldn't expect somebody that doesn't even know how to RSVP. Do you even know what RSVP means? Do you know what that means? Do you know how to pronounce it? There are things that when you know better, you do better. And men don't understand social etiquette because they don't think that that's something they need to pay attention to, when actually it is. Mm-hmm. In a situation, if a man is standing behind me and the bar is looking full and he knows he has a through line to the bartender right after me, this has happened to me. Will you order me some drinks? I'll pay for yours. Absolutely. That man ain't trying to get nothing from me. He ain't hoping for a phone number. He wants some drinks, and he wants them fast. The fastest way to get my drinks is to ask this girl standing in front of me after she placed her order if she'll order mine, and I'll pay for hers. That's social etiquette.
Again, I like a smooth man. These are all things that smooth niggas do.
And he could have been like, I'm about to make this play, and I'm gonna walk away and I'm gonna kick it with my homies, and then I'm gonna try to cross paths with her again and see if
later in the night.
Thanks again for letting me get them drinks. Can I get you a nut? Something. But it's etiquette. It doesn't always have to be. If a woman can't assume that a connection or an interaction with a man is going to be romantic, I want y'all to understand that too. Not every encounter and every connection with the woman is one that's going to be romantic.
Right. And it's okay to just be polite.
Thank you. And a real player is going to know that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And a real
unfortunately, for I guess you all, it does pay to play. You do have to pay to play, and some of you all can't pay. And so with me, baby, you can't play. And that's just that. And I think that's a good stopping point for this at 37 retrograde installment.
What should we name the episode? At 37. Okay. I like I'm at 37.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, y'all. Thanks for hanging out with us. Pasha, what you got planned for
Sorry, I just got my message from the IRS that they accepted my tax return that I did today. On the 15th.
Oh, you did it today?
On the due date.
Mine still haven't been submitted yet.
Oh.
My accountant working on them.
Well, see, I don't
I
have an
just
account.
heard all this
I
stuff
went to
last week.
hnrblock.com and gave it up to God.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay.
But the
You
IRS,
owe them people?
I do. I owe federal
Okay.
$498
Yeah.
though. The least
Okay.
I've ever had to owe in the last 5 years.
Okay.
There was a time I owed
Okay.
$3,400. We're not there anymore. The
Okay.
one thing Trump did that I liked is they made your income tax withholding automatic based on your income. It wasn't you can do 1, 0 or exempt. It's just this is your income.
So when they tell you that they've accepted it, do they also? Well, you're not getting a refund. What about state? Do you owe the state?
Nope, I get a refund for the state. 120 measly motherfucking dollars, but I'm gonna take it. Direct deposit. Thank you. I want that.
Okay.
It's my next.
What you plan on doing in this next week with your little state refund, girl?
My state refund, girl. Probably pay a bill. Maybe get my nails done. So yeah, nothing. It's a slow. I want to say it's a slow time. Remember, I said I was cutting back on like all of my travel and stuff. So I don't have like something like every week. I was like, okay, well I'm gonna do this, or I'm gonna do this, or next month I'm gonna do that. No, I'm really trying to space out my travel a lot. So I've got 2 solid months on the ground in Chicago to be in the gym and working. Working is really busy. We have a lot of goals that are like really, really important this year after everything that happened last year. So right now I'm in a space of putting my head down and proving myself yet again. I've had some really great wins though. And so
good for you, friend.
Yeah,
I'm happy to hear that.
I mean, I'm evolving, and I'm just, I want everything to be a little bit elevated. I want my conversation around dating to be elevated. I want my conversation around money to be elevated. I want my conversation about what I'm doing in my free time and, my lifestyle. I want the conversation to be elevated. And so right now I am focused on making sure I'm good from the inside out. I look good from the inside out, take care of my hair, my skin, my body. My finances. I want to buy a condo next spring. I'm trying to do some big girl shit. So I'm just, and part of that is dialing back on travel and not hopping on a plane whenever I can and maybe being a little bit more. I'm just trying to be strategic with my money moving forward.
Okay.
I'm at a different place in my life where it would be foolish to not be strategic with my money as a single woman with no children. So
okay.
We're living life and we're focused.
Period, friend.
Mm-hmm. What about you?
Well, I don't have much going on. I did get asked on a little Zenazate or whatever next week. I'm curious to see how that's gonna go because I'm gonna send the young man, I'm gonna send the king about 2 or 3 places that I wouldn't mind doing dinner, and I'm gonna see if he's gonna make a reservation because I don't want to just show up at the door, baby. Let them know I'm coming. Tell them to make space for me. I need a lot of room.
I'm excited to hear more about this date because I've seen the picture.
Girl, we're going to sing. I'm trying not to be the problem, y'all.
You see, I got my glasses on. I'm ready to see.
I'm trying not to be the problem, y'all, but it's me, y'all. I'm the problem. And when I say I'm the problem, I'm just the most uninterested person when it comes to dating. Like, I want to be into it, and I just be like, I'll be excited for a minute.
That's another episode. I am the problem, and here's why. Write that down.
All right, y'all. We'll see y'all in the next series. Bye.